Oh, get in there, my son. Fucking yes. Manchester United have beaten Leeds 5-1. Really pleased with that for an opening day victory for Manchester United. Now let's get into it. The starting lineup, I think a lot of people were a bit sceptical with that starting lineup for Manchester United today. And me included, I was very worried with that starting lineup. I mean, it's not the starting lineup that Manchester United will probably go with in the coming weeks for Manchester United. We know that it's going to evolve, and this was an open game. We've seen what Leeds did last season. They scored a lot of goals but conceded quite a few goals. I went for a 3-1 victory in the preview, and it was bigger than that for Manchester United. But I mean, we've started with the back four we expected, and goalkeeper it was Fred and McTominay in midfield. I didn't expect Fred to start this game. I wasn't sure if Fred would start this game, only just coming back from the Copa America, but he started and scored today. It was surprising. Fred doesn't score enough goals, we know that, but alongside McTominay was fucking fantastic today for Manchester United. And we've said about this Fred partnership, we've scored 5 goals today and we could have scored more. It was a bit worrying that opening first few minutes. We've squandered chances, obviously most notably from Paul Pogba, who missed an absolute fucking sitter, but he was brilliant today. Paul Pogba, 4 assists for Manchester United. You can't ask for no more than that from Paul. But I mean, it was crazy. I mean, we've eventually taken the lead. It hit the goalkeeper and went in from Bruno Fernandes. But what a player Bruno Fernandes is. We know that. So much to talk about, really. That first half, I mean, just before that, Greenwood was inches away from getting a contact of another one, but he was fantastic in that build-up to that chance for Paul Pogba. Was Greenwood starting in that number 9 position. I thought it could be Anthony Martial starting in that number 9 position, but he hasn't played a lot of football recently, has Anthony Martial, so it was Greenwood that started there, and he's finally got a goal starting in that number 9 position in the second half, which is nice to see for Manchester United. But obviously then we played Pogba and obviously we've played James as well in that front 3. James isn't going to be the long-term solution for Manchester United up in a forward 3. We know that it's going to evolve. We've got Sancho coming back, Martial, and we still have Cavani and Rashford as well, and Elanga is out as well, so he's not going to play a lot of football. We know that James is only going to be a squad player, but we had to make do with what we had to make do with today, and with a number of players, probably 4 or 5 players at least, because Varane will probably come into this team away from being a first team 11, and we've smashed the shit out of Leeds. So now the squad is starting to get strong, because a lot of these players could be backup players at periods of time, and if you're bringing Cavani in for Greenwood, that is 2 fantastic options for Manchester United. And then you're bringing you're swapping around Martial and Sancho, and that you've got a lot of good options there in and around the squad now. But second half, they've scored from an absolute thunderbolt, and I thought, fucking hell, not taking more chances, not getting in 2 or 3-0 up is going to cost Manchester United here. I was really concerned then. And then I don't know what the fuck happened. Greenwood putting the ball in the back of the net, that was a fantastic finish from him. Hopefully he can now kick on. It's a good start to the season for him. Hopefully this season can be that season for Greenwood to hit that 25 goal mark. I mean, he's more than capable of hitting 25 to 30 goals in the season for Manchester United, but it is the consistency. One week we've seen him perform poorly, and another, but hopefully that will come with his age now. And towards the end of last season he started banging them in. Hopefully with that rest over the summer from a lot of football he played last season, hopefully that will do him the world of good. And he's looked fantastic today for Manchester United, which is great, and he's got the goal. But Bruno Fernandes turning on the star, I mean, that second goal we got was just over the line, which was great to see, and then he thumped the other one in for the hat-trick. 4 assists from Paul Pogba today, would normally be man of the match. If he'd scored that one in the first half, he could well have been man of the match, but Bruno Fernandes ended up man of the match. But you can't argue with that hat-trick. Fred getting on the score sheet as well. Then missed a sitter at the end as well. Leeds side could have been 5-2. Giza hit Rafinha, hitting it wide. But we've seen Sancho come on the second half. We've seen Martial get some minutes second half, ease them into the team on their return. Matic coming on just to steady things up and just see out the game when it was won anyway. And overall a really good day for Manchester United, and with Arsenal fucking losing this weekend, them fucking mugs losing as well to Brentford, it has been a good weekend for Manchester United so far. Hopefully we can see some other good football, But overall, really pleased with that from Manchester United. Let's go again. I think it's Southampton next for Manchester United next weekend. Let's go again in that game and see where it takes us. But a good start to the season. We didn't win, I think it was a home game till November last season, so we've got off to a flyer. Manchester United winning this game. A tricky start. I mean, it is a rivalry for Manchester United. I know they play quite open and playing to Manchester United's hands, Leeds, but you still got to beat what you got to beat, and scoring 5 goals in any Premier League game is good for Manchester United. But we've got to continue this rise and continue. We've got winnable games coming up on the horizon for Manchester United, and we've got to really fucking put ourselves down and just focus and get these wins early doors, because we don't play a top 4 team, I think, for the first month or so. So we've got to get some wins under our belt, because against top 4 teams last season we weren't too clever. But get these wins under our belt and hopefully be near the top come some of them games come November, December. We don't want to start off shitty like we did last season. We've started off well today. Last season we lost to Crystal Palace on this game, but we started off well. Hopefully we can continue that. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share the video if you're watching it on Facebook. And I'll talk to you all again soon. Come on, United.